Oh, right on cue. Right on cue. The dog hits the bell as soon as I come on. They want to go out, but you know what? We might just all go out in a second. You know why? Because it's snowing. You guys want to see the snow? Really dark out. Really dark out. Might be able to see it though. Hold on a second. You want to see the snow, Kino? All right. It's not dark in here. Let's see. Wait. Hold on a second. You want to go out? I did the flashlight. Here it is. Shh, quiet. Shh, quiet. Man, you're loud. There it is. It is snowing. What do you guys think of the snow, huh? You like the snow? Huh? Started snowing earlier today. Oh, look at this. This is bull crap, man. It's only October 30th. Of my plans. Let's see out in the distance. Yeah, look at that. You like, so you gonna eat it? Yep. That. Here's the end of my, well, almost the end of my driveway down there. Yeah, so usually what I do when I wake up in the morning is I look at my gate. That's one of my driveway gates. And I'll see how much snow is stacked up on that gate. Where is it? There it is. Yep, it's stacking up. Where'd my dogs go? They're there. Crunchy. What do you guys think of this, huh? I think it's bullcrap. Yeah. Oh, it's cold out here. Dang. What do you think, guys? He's got snow on his face. Oh, you want to come out? Do you think you want to come out? You want to come out? Cat thinks he wants to come out. Okay, Cat. You want to come out? Yeah, it is a white Halloween. It'll be a white Halloween. Oh, yeah, that won't be no fun for the kids, will it? Yeah, they won't have no fun, will they? Caleb liked the snow. He's going to eat it right off the bench. I wondered who did that last time. Oh, it's cold out here. Dang. Dang it, Bill. Yep. That. In my driveway. Oh, he's loving it. Border Collies love snow. Spencer always loved it too. Oh, what about you? No. Snow is stupid. Yeah, I know, I agree. Anyway. Come on, boys. All right. Come on in. Oh, crap. Woo! Oh, it's cold. It's cold. Anyway, yeah, my phone got a little bit wet. Yep. Hey, Ray of Sunshine, yeah. It will be oh, shoot, somebody got locked up. Sorry. Somebody got locked up. I bet that's where who got locked up? What are you doing? Get in here. Oh, you guys. You're killing. Shh, settle down. It's been raining here, getting cold, yeah. Oh, hey, Grace, did you see the snow? Oh, it's cold out. It's okay. Everybody chill out. Yeah, I think you're probably getting some snow down there too, aren't you? Yeah. Anyway, oops. Looking for the comment. My phone got wet. Oh, it's like it got full of snow. Yeah, that sucks. Anyways, not even November. It's already snowing. Oh, did you not get snow yet? I'll try to keep it up here, but I don't know. It's getting all over. It's spreading. It's in town and everything by now. So I don't know. I don't know how to contain it anymore. I tried. Sorry. Should be hitting your way. I don't know, by about 3 hours maybe. It wouldn't listen to me. Tried to talk sense into the snow and it wouldn't. Screw that, man. It's only October 30th and we got snow already. Dang. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-long. Oh, you know what? Duluth, Minnesota is about another hour north of me, at least. Maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. People come from Duluth all the time down here. But this morning, there was a naked runner. He was running down the highway naked. It could have been a girl. I don't know. But yeah, they had somebody was naked, was running down the highway, stopping traffic, even in the middle of the highway, and the police had to get him. It was blurred out, and they didn't really say, they just kept saying person, naked person. And it was only like in the 20s, and they were barefoot. Anyway, let's hope they get the help they need. My first thing was, they mixed some drugs or something where they didn't break the pills in half, you know what I mean? Anyway, and then funny thing in the comments section, in the comments section, somebody said, that's what happens when you mix the red pills and the blue pills. It's kind of the same thing. And my thought was, it's got to be like drug induced, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think people usually do that without like, maybe they do. What do I know? You know, it gave me a flashback of the 1970s when I was growing up. In the 70s, my sister was older. One of my sisters was older, and they had streakers in their high school. A lot of streakers, like running through the lunchroom naked. The streaking was a thing, and they even had a song called "The Streak." Remember, they call him the Streak. Something about his physique. Anyway, it was a big song back then. It was like a thing in the 70s. People used to streak. And even in the high school, my sister would tell us stories at dinner time. Anyway, all right. And I thought, either that's coming back or this person just is on some bad drugs, I guess. Anyway, I hope they get their help. I'm sure they're nice and warm and getting the help they need right now, because they did tackle the person and get them the help they need. So, all right. So tonight we're going to be, you know what? You know what sucks? I was doing some stuff today and I cleared off my pictures because I was sick of going through all my pictures when I do a couple pictures. And, anyway, I accidentally deleted, I don't know, somehow I lost Revelation chapter 3 out of our series. It was on my phone and it got deleted. Dang it, Bill. So anyway, we have no Revelation chapter 3 on here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 4, 5, and so on. Because when I get off of here, I have to manually, even though I say upload it publicly, it'll still go private. So I have to do it publicly on this phone, or it won't even go on to YouTube. It's just stupid. Kevin, the young man whose body was found in the luggage compartment of what RV the bridal party rented of that RV a few years ago, was also barefoot in the middle of winter. That's really weird. And you know what I just watched? I just watched not watched, I was doing dishes, so I was listening while I was doing dishes. But there was I was listening to somebody talking about how that we got these like mass shootings or whatever. And then he was kind of hi D, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. He was kind of, I don't know. Is there like a connection between that signal that they gave out? You know what I mean? That signal. Because when they send that signal out to everybody, what the guy was trying to explain is that they can embed messages inside of beeps or tones. So when you hear whatever, who knows? That could be talking. But they have a really high technology way to embed messages in these tones, and maybe even, and who knows, maybe just the people that were in the military or something. I don't know. It just seems to be a high instance of military people. But anyway, nonetheless, maybe there's certain people who are susceptible to hear those messages, or susceptible to some kind of MK Ultra, who knows, like Manchurian Candidate, who knows. He didn't really go into that, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, in those old movies where the person would be, he would be like MK Ultra or whatever he would be. He would be put through something by the government, and then like they'd let him loose, and then like they'd call him on the phone and they would say a signal, and when they heard the signal, the guy would like hang up the phone and then just go get a rifle and just go do something bad. Anyway, that's a Manchurian Candidate, and they even made movies about that. But the guy was suggesting maybe when they sent that signal out, on 10/4, remember that? On October 4th, they sent that signal where there's people that were maybe susceptible to set them off, you know what I mean? Like, is it a coincidence that there's like a bunch of weird stuff that happened right after that? I don't know. You slept a lot? Oh, that sounds good. Ice cream sounds good. Oh, it just started snowing. I'm sorry about that. I told you I tried to keep it here. Yeah, we got snow on the ground. We got, I don't know, a couple inches, maybe an inch or two. I just showed it. I'm just outside. Yeah, Grace, you saw how much we got already. I'll have to shovel tomorrow, but I think it's going to be like 36 tomorrow. So it might melt a little bit on the sidewalk if I shovel it. I don't know. Not enough to get a plow or snow. Not too much. I got 4-wheel drive on both my trucks. I'm not worried about it. It's enough to cover everything right now. The grass is completely covered. Yeah, well, I'm going to try, D, but I tried with Grace and it just spilled over to her yard. So anyway, sorry about that. Yep, we got giant flakes here. It started at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, real light. And then it just the snowflakes got bigger and bigger, and it just, man. Yeah, it's not even November. That's good, D. I can't imagine Molly making a good beverage. Yeah, I wonder what that was. Milk. I thought maybe that was short for guacamole or something. I'm not hip to that. Moly. All right, let's hop over. Oh man. Yeah, it's just weird. But I did look at the Farmer's Almanac. And according to the Farmer's Almanac, up here in Minnesota, we're going to have, in northern Minnesota, we're going to have a 60% chance, I guess, of having a warmer winter than last year. So, and the people of southern Minnesota have a 40% chance. Whatever. Who's the farmer that's guessing all this? I don't know. Sometimes he's right and sometimes he isn't. All right, so all right. The almanac says it'll be colder than usual this winter. Yeah, I think they go by areas though. Like that might be overall. I don't know. Or is that for your area? Because I just read the one for Minnesota, this area here. Northern Minnesota, central Minnesota, and southern Minnesota. I'm in northern, where it's pretty cold up here. Anyway. All right. Yeah. That sucks. Yep. Got my yeah. Anyway. All right. You know what though? I think we're gonna have some 40s in a few days. That might melt it. I ain't too worried. It is what it is here. All right. So like I said, somehow I did not get chapter 3 of Revelation uploaded to public before it got deleted. So anyway, I lost chapter 3. That sucks, because chapter 3 was the other part, because one is the introduction. 2 and 3 go together because chapters 2 and 3 are the 7 letters to the 7 churches, and so you had 4 letters in chapter 2, and in the second, I think vice versa. I don't know. I think it was 4 letters in chapter 2 and 3 letters in chapter 3, and so that was the one that I lost. Was the 3 letters to the churches anyway, the last 3. So oh well. Yeah, I just anyway. What are you gonna do? Technology, huh? All right. So anyway, but nonetheless, we're into chapter 5 now. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, I should say. Now we're into chapter 5, and I'm going to show what we got here. This is my Book of Revelation, giant print Bible here. I'm just using it for the Book of Revelation, marking it all up, but it has giant print so we can see. Here's chapter 5. Let me see. Let me get a pen. Now here's chapter 5. Where are we at? Here's chapter 5. So you got 5, starts here, goes down, and ends right here. Here's where chapter 6 starts. So it ends here. So you can see it's basically, chapter 5 is basically part of this page and part of this page. Not very long, but nonetheless, it has verse 1 is taken from Ezekiel. Verse 6 is taken from Zechariah, Isaiah, 2nd Chronicles. Oops, it's hard to tell where the camera is on this thing. All right, Ray of Sunshine. So verse 6, and you can, just so in case you didn't see before, the yellow is taken from Old Testament, out of text Old Testament. They're not quoting the Old Testament. They're just ripping Old Testament, mostly prophecies and Psalms. And I can see what's going on is whoever wrote this book of Revelation is not familiar at all with the Old Testament, but somehow they had their hands on, say, like scrolls of Ezekiel, Isaiah, Psalms, Proverbs. They had a handful of scrolls, you know what I mean? So they had access to some, and I don't think they understood them. I think they just ripped verses out of context and made a story out of it. So anyway, so the yellow is Old Testament out of context verses. So as you can see, every chapter has that. So in 5, you'll have verse 1, 6, 8, 10, and 11. Oh, wait. The camera's on the wrong side here. All right, so 10 and 11. So quite a few. I would say maybe almost half of the chapter is out of context. Old Testament. So we're going to read chapter 5. And as we go here, so we're here. So as we go, you can see which will be referenced. So 5, like I said, chapter 5, 1, verse 1 has Ezekiel, taken from Ezekiel. Whoops. I really, this is what I don't like about this site is you just barely go near it and it just pops up stuff. 5, 6, 5 verse 6 has 1, 2, 3 verses taken out of one out of Isaiah, one out of Zechariah, one out of 2 Chronicles. Verse 8 is taken from Psalms 141:2. Verse 10 is taken from Exodus 19:6. Verse 11 is taken from Daniel 7:10. And you can see that these are going to be the same books over and over and over. As you can tell, what they've got this handful of scrolls, and they're just plucking out verses. And then it's not like they're saying, as the prophet Daniel said, or anything like that. So anyway, so we're going to go to verse 1. Chapter 5, verse 1. Yes, the Farmer's Almanac is more accurate. And they've been going for so many years that it was before radar and Doppler and even electricity. You know what I mean? They've been figuring out the weather for a long time. I don't know who this farmer is, but he is good at knowing what the weather's going to be. You'd think he would have died by now, but he's been alive for hundreds of years. So shout out to that farmer who knows what the weather's going to be. Anyway, so chapter 5, verse 1. And it says, "And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals." So now they're introducing this scroll of 7 seals. I mean, it says a book, but really it's obviously a scroll. Anyway, so in reference, now some people are going to recognize this book that is very similar to another book that we've heard about. So we'll keep going. So anyway, Ezekiel 2:2 says, "And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me and set me upon my feet, that I heard him spake unto me." Spake. Anyway, so I'm not gonna skip the other verses, so I'm gonna read verse 2. So we just went verse 1. I don't know if that's in focus, but so anyway, verse 1 was, "And I saw the right hand of him," this is taken from Ezekiel 2:2, "and sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, and sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And here we go, move that a little bit. And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon." Sorry, I can't tell where the camera is on this phone. All right, I think that's more like it. Yeah, that's more like it. The camera's on the opposite side on this phone than I'm used to. Okay. And no man in heaven, nor on earth, neither under earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So they found somebody. And now here comes another reference to Old Testament verses. And this is from, it says rotate. Sorry about that. And this is going to reference out of Zechariah 4:10 and 2 Chronicles 16:9 and Isaiah 53:7. Okay, yep, drive safe, Ray. So, let's see. So here we are. Now we're into verse 6. And I'm just going to show you how verse 6, like I said, just showed you how it has. Verse 6 has 1, 2, 3 references. Like I said, I have Isaiah 53:7. Interesting. And all right. Anyway, so all right, so verse 5:6 says, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God, sent forth into all the earth. Now, my Bible does reference Isaiah 53:7, which is not even on here. Oh, yeah, it is right there. Okay, it's the first one, actually. So my Bible also referenced this one, that this is taken from Isaiah 53:7, same as Revelation, or similar to Revelation 5:6, says, He was oppressed, he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearer is dumb. So he opened not his mouth. And I know people say, oh, that was Jesus. What, really? No. When he went before Pontius Pilate, he spoke all kinds of stuff. Actually, a few times. He said all kinds of things. So, no. But anyway, that's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be references a lamb being slaughtered. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne, the 4 beasts, in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are 7 spirits of God sent forth into all heaven and earth. So I know people think it's a fulfilled prophecy, but it is not. We'll go over those Old Testament prophecies sometime. It's going to be a lot of work, but I think it'll be worth it. I mean, just for me to, in my head, to just get all the sources and put it all together and all that. I do have notebooks I could pull stuff out of, but it would just still be a lot of work. But I think it'd be worth it to go over these Old Testament prophecies, which are much different, a completely different story than the New Testament prophecies. I mean, not even the same at all. Just weird. And the Jews are aware of that, but the Christians aren't, because the Jews, that's why they rejected the New Testament, because it has nothing to do with the prophecies like the Old Testament. But the Christians don't get that, because they don't usually study Old Testament end time prophecy, just the New Testament. So they'll never catch on. And they're taught the opposite. So they're taught when the Old Testament Messiah comes, that's the Antichrist. He's going to have a third temple. He's going to sit on the throne. He's going to rule with a rod of iron. No, that's actually prophesied as the Messiah in the Old Testament. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. But Christians are trained to say, oh, that's the Antichrist. Like, oh, face palm. All right. Anyway, then you'll never know until you study that Old Testament. It's just like one day, I put it off for years. And then one day I thought, you know, my cat's sitting outside. I think he wants to come in. He's in the snow. He probably thought it was nice out. Anyway, Bosco. He'll be all right. All right. So anyway, 5:6. So we just saw what Isaiah 53:7 says, and also referencing 5:6, Zechariah 4:10 says, and this is also Zechariah 4:10, and for who hath despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and shall see them plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. And they are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth. What did they just say? What did Revelation 5:6? Now this is where they got the Lord that has 7 eyes on his head. And what is this, you guys? Look at this. Look at this. Do you think this is a prophecy for the future? Wait, let's see. Or you think this is this New Testament prophecy is what I should say. Where is it? And he shall see plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel. In the hand of Zerubbabel? What, President Zerubbabel? Oh, Zerubbabel. With those 7, they are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth. Sound familiar? Now, 2 Chronicles, same thing, okay? 2 Chronicles, because look, the reason these are matching up with each other, 53:7 and Zechariah 4:10, the reason they are because they're referencing each other. They're just taking these sentences and spinning a story, their own story with it. But these guys are talking on the same page. All right, so 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, for the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him, wherein thou hast done foolishly. Wherefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. Isn't that something? 2 Chronicles, how many thousands of years ago was that? From here on out you shall have wars. Huh. All right, so then it goes, that's the end of verse 6. So in chapter 5, verse 7 says, and he came and he took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. Okay, then you get into verse 8. And now this one again is taken from the Old Testament and is taken from Psalm 141 too. So Revelation 5:8 says, I hate how they just bounce all over the place like this, but it says, and when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. All right, now Psalm 141 says, let my prayer be sent forth thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. And you know, you've seen the Catholics, they still do that with the incense, you know what I mean? Actually, I think it looks really creepy the way they swing that thing around, like swinging at people and stuff, and smoke's going all over the place. And you know what is also weird now that I think of it? Remember that alchemy guy or whatever? I don't even know what alchemy is. Kind of like witchcraft or something. But the guy that we saw that Solomon ring thing video, he I looked at some of his videos and he's got like where he burns some kind of sage or smoke or something. And according to which way the smoke goes, it's, I don't know, it's speaking to you or whatever. And yeah, I was thinking that's probably what the Catholics are doing. Why the heck else would they swing it all over like that and make it puff and stuff? Puff and stuff. HR puff and stuff. All right. So verse 8. Oops. Get out of there. 8 is taken somewhat from 141 too. Verse 9 is original, and it says, and they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. That does not look the same as this. Let's see, 10. Oh, that was original. Okay. And now next, that was 9. And now 10 and 11. I'll just show you real quick. So that was what we read. I just read 9, which is original. Now 10 and 11 are going to be taken again from Old Testament sources. So 10 and 11 are going to be taken from Exodus 19:6 and Daniel 7:10. Of course, prophecy of the Daniel. All right, so, and verse 10 says, and hast made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. All right, now that was 10. Has made us unto our God's kings and priests. Has made us unto our God's kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Exodus 19:6 says, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests. This is when he's talking about the Israelites. And you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Remember when he was setting the Israelites apart? Revelation's talking about the church now being those people. He has made us under king. I mean, this is what he's saying about the Israelites in Exodus, but now the Revelation says it's about the church. So, I don't know. Anyway, so then verse 11 says, and I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels around the throne, and the beasts and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands. Daniel. Does it sound familiar what we just read? Daniel 7:10. And a fiery stream issued and came forth before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. And judgment was set, and the books were opened. There you go. Same as that. Thousands and thousands and thousands. And the next line is verse 12. And the rest of this is, I'll just show you real quick. That was that. And now the rest of this is original. Okay, so the next 3 verses are original. Hi, Gail. It's good to see you tonight. So the next 3 verses are original. I'll read them. And it says, verse 12, saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. Now, it is kind of funny because this Bible is referencing 53:7. It's referencing again this about the sheep being slain. It is saying without a loud voice, worthy is the lamb that was slain to redeem power. You know why they can't really directly they can't really directly quote it, because in the Old Testament there is no human being a human sacrifice. There's no human shedding blood. It is a lamb, but the lamb does not receive honor and glory. I'm just going to show you real quick. So they cannot say this in the Old Testament. You're not going to give the glory to the sacrifice, the slain being. You know what I mean? So this will never. Even though this is partially, where am I going here? Even though this is partially like referencing a lamb being slaughtered, they would not have this in the Old Testament. The part about right here about worshiping the slaughtered lamb. Okay. Now in the Old Testament, you got the slaughtered lamb. We just went over that. All right. So the reason they don't want to references, they will references, but really don't want to, is because of, where is it? Right here. All right. He was brought as lamb to the slaughter as a lamb. But in Revelation, right here, the lamb is being worshipped. All right. This would never happen in the Old Testament. Saying with a loud voice, worthy is the lamb that was slain. Do you see the big difference here? They're worshiping the animal sacrifice in the Revelation. And really, it's not an animal sacrifice. It's Jesus being compared to an animal sacrifice of a sheep or a lamb or whatever. So they're referencing Jesus as a sacrificial lamb, which is actually a human sacrifice. But either way, even if whether it's Jesus or a lamb, they're worshiping the sacrifice itself here in Revelation. Saying with a loud voice, worthy is the lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessings. Normally what they do with the slaughtered sheep is put them out back and butcher them and put them for sale. That's what they did back then. Cut them up and put them at the meat market. They didn't worship the sacrifice. And next, there's two more verses, 13. And every creature which is in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, that doesn't even make sense. Heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the four beasts said, Amen, which remember, we went over these. This is an old, is this an Olympian god? One of those ancient gods was called Amen. Amen. Hey, John, good to see you tonight. One of those ancient gods, either they're the Olympian gods or Greek gods. Not Greek gods, it was before that. Anyway, Egyptian gods, maybe it was Egyptian god. But one of them was Amen. You know what I mean? So I'd be careful using that as ending your prayer with Amen, because that was actually one of them gods that we studied. All right. So every single thing is worshiping the sacrifice, okay? And the last verse says, and the four beasts said, Amen, amen, amen. Like I said, I'd be careful with that. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that lives forever and ever. So they worshipped the human sacrifice. Oh, man, you guys. I'm gonna get back in the chat. But anyway, that's the end for chapter 5. But I gotta play something. I put something on my community tab today. I gotta play it. Hopefully, I won't get a strike or anything. Good to see Galex and John and anybody else that came in. Yeah. Here I gotta play this, you guys. I gotta go on my community pad, my community page. Hold on a second. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it's not coming up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so on my community, look. So on my community page, I put a post today. I thought it was awesome. I think I'm gonna play it, and hopefully, because it's for educational purposes and all that fair use stuff. Anyway, it's from Dark Matters 2525, and it's called "If the Bible Had a Movie Trailer." I'm gonna play it. Oh, wait a second. Wait. 1 second. It's only 2 minutes. Hold on a second. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But okay, never mind. I was gonna say I gotta mute me, but I'm not on there. So all right, check this out. All right. This is If the Bible Had a Movie Trailer.
In a world devoid of life, one God had the ultimate desire to be worshipped. So he created the human race, became obsessed with their foreskin, and then gave them a choice: love me back or burn. His favorite chosen people rose up and wrote the worldwide bestseller that nobody reads, all about how they are the favorite chosen people. In every church and no-tell motel room of every gay-hating gay preacher comes the one book to rule them all. Witness the Lord. End incest and evil by drowning everyone on earth except the one good family.
Puppies and kittens.
To produce more incest and more evil. Having learned that water doesn't stop incest and evil, God destroys Sodom and Gomorrah with fire. Except the only good family, who go on to produce more incest and more evil. The Lord, expert problem solver, demands genocide after genocide of his creation for failing to accomplish their task of worshiping him and not doing so much incest and evil. Nothing seems to work. Then the ultimate solution dawns on him. Instead of killing tons of evil people, just kill the one good person, his own son. Step 1. Impregnate a married 12-year-old. Step 2. That's it, really. No more steps. Witness all the beautiful poetry and sage wisdom. Share it however you like. Ignore the barbarity, torture, and slavery. That's out of context. The most epic political tool to push your agenda with the authority of a god, because your opinions are always his opinions. The Bible. Coming soon to a theater near you. And by soon, I mean thousands of years from now, obviously. Oh, this shit's gonna be good.
All right. I hope I didn't spoil the Bible for anybody that hasn't read it yet. Yeah, so anyway, that is the, it's on my community page there. Oh, wait. Anyway, you can find it. I'll put the link up. Dang. You were just finished watching. Did you get it?
I put the link up.
Did you? Did you see when they use the foreskin for the putting pencils together and for her hair scrunchie? They use it for a hair scrunchie. You just saw that video too? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's yep. Anyway, so I'll put that link in the chat. Oh man. All right, there's a link. In case anybody wants to, or it's in my community tab, and it don't matter to me. Anyway. What'd you think of it, Grace? I don't know. I think it sums it up pretty good. So, yeah, we got a crap load of snow. You guys want to see the snow again? Hold on a second. I'm going to show you guys the snow outside. This is total bull crap, man. It's only like October 30th. You know, we've gone to December without snow. I remember one time Christmas with no snow. That was kind of cool. Right, you guys, chill out. Shh, quiet. Yeah. Shh, best behavior. Hold on a second. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. We got this snow. There's snow. Drippy, huh? There's your snow. Yeah, he does. Hey, Ray of Sunshine, welcome back. Yeah, he does have some funny videos. Here's your snow. Yeah. Look at that. Look at this on the fence already. Look at that. Total bull crap. Look at that. What's going on, huh? Shh. Shh. Quiet. Yep. I just want to pee on stuff. He's going to pee on his pee. All right, come on, boys. Enough peeing on everybody's pee. Yep. What do you think of that, Caleb? Crazy, huh? Crazy. You want to see it get knocked off? Yep, I was gonna bring one of these plants, and I just brought my chives in. I was gonna bring a couple of these plants in, but yeah. Oh, there's my celery. Celery. Actually, it's kind of a lot of snow already. I hope my snowplow guy doesn't try to come. I don't really need him yet. I think he comes like anything after 4 inches, he'll show up. It's not like been like 2 inches, I think. Yeah, crazy, huh? That's for the cats. I don't think the cats. Bosco! Oh, there he is. Hey, come on, Bosco. So the cat wants to come in. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, Bosco. Come on, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on, get in here, dummy. Otherwise, I'm going to forget about you and you'll be out all night. Come on. You want me to go to bed and leave you out here? Because that is possible. That has happened. Next thing you know it, you're mad because I left him out all night. All right, well, there you go. Hey, out of my chair. Come on, get out of my chair. And you're all wet. Get out of my chair. Come on. Out of my chair. Snowball. Come on. Oh, come on, Caleb. Thank you. Yeah, so anyway, we got a lot of snow already. Crazy. You know that the rabbi removes the foreskin with his mouth? They left that part. You know what? I heard that. You know what? Yeah, and you know what? I heard about that. And you know what it's called? A moil. M-O-Y-L-E or something like that. A moil. It's like a special Jewish guy that does that. Because you know what? Remember there was an episode, you saw it twice? No way. You know what? When I first got out of school, when I graduated from medical assisting, and this was in 1982, like I had to do an internship in a family practice. I know it is gross, but anyway, when you graduate, you have to do an internship, and you don't get your diploma till you do your internship, which is really what it is. It's on the job training. You have to work for free for, I don't know, a long time, a certain amount of hours. So anyway, when I did my internship, was this poor neighborhood in St. Paul and University Avenue. It was really a ghetto place. And one of the first things I saw out of school when I was in the clinic was somebody, it was a 13-year-old got circumcised, or 12-year-olds, because he was going to school and he wasn't circumcised. And anyway, but you know what else I saw? A baby got circumcised. And this is like right when I got out of school, and it was like I saw like the craziest stuff right when I got out of school. And it wasn't just because I was new. It was like looking back, it's like that was kind of anyway. Their nun just to wear it as a ring. I believe that. Yeah, that poor baby is I know. So anyway, so I had to assist the doctor to do it, right? And I mean, I'm right out of school. I don't know anything. And so they lay the baby down on the table, and it's like a newborn baby. It's like probably, whatever. Anyway, they have a board. So we actually kind of strap the baby. We strap the baby like it's called a papoose. All right, we use the papoose a lot when we do stuff to kids. I don't do it anymore. I'm out of the medical field. But anyway, there's a board and it's called a papoose because I worked in emergency room and I worked in urgent cares and I worked in emergency. So that you have to do this. It's called a papoose and they got different things. And so anyway, you strap the kid on this board and then you put straps over them anyway so they hold still. And anyway, yeah, so they take two pieces of wood. And each wood has a little half a circle cut out, and they put it over, the organ, and then he's having me hold, that down, and as he's cutting, as soon as he starts cutting, I thought he hit like a I don't know what. I thought he hit a water line or something. But anyway, all of a sudden, something looked like water started spraying out. And I'm like, dang, what happened? And he said, oh, he's just peeing. But anyway, so yeah, when they cut him, I know it was terrible. Oh, the baby screaming and everything. Anyway, but he said it always happens when they do that because they're cold or something. I don't even know what. But I was traumatized from that, man, because I thought he like hit some water line inside the kid or something. I don't know. Or who knows? I just like, that was like too much for me. I'm like, dang. And anyway, we didn't really have to do that hardly ever because usually the kids are circumcised. The boys are circumcised in the hospital before they even go home. Now the Bible says you're supposed to wait till the 8th day. And it is funny because if you medically speaking, on the 8th day, the babies had the most amount of antibodies on the 8th day. So anyway, according to Jewish whatever. According to the Old Testament, you're supposed to circumcise the baby on the 8th day. And Jesus supposedly was circumcised. According to Luke, they brought him into the temple and got him circumcised on the 8th day and so on. So, and then they went home. That was the Luke story. But 8th day, 8th day, 8th day. But now, yeah, clotting factors too. Yep. You're much better off to wait till the. If you're going to do it, wait longer. But now they do it right when, like you get sent home with the kid. See, when I had my kids, it was 1981, and I had my other kid in 1984, and you were there like a week. But now he gets sent home like in 2 days, and that baby's already circumcised before he goes home. So, you're angry with your parents when you found out. Yeah, you saw it. Yeah. And you know what? Circumcision that goes all the way back to Egypt. Because when Moses said God told him that everybody should be circumcised, how come he didn't say, what does that mean? No, because they already knew, because they had done it a long time before. And we even showed that on here one night. There are like hieroglyphics, there are like carvings, there's all kinds of stuff that show circumcision long before Moses was even born. There's no way it was a new thing, and God didn't like make it up. And because you notice that he didn't have to explain how to do it or what to do. And what they do, they took a sharp rock and did it. Remember that story? Like, what the heck? Imagine the infection rate back then, you know what I mean? Anyway, but that was an Egyptian thing. We showed where the carvings and the hieroglyphics are older than Moses. So it's not like, this was something God made up. Comes from the Anunnaki. I think we even looked into that. You're right. David was such a great guy, giving 200 foreskins instead of just 100. Yeah, that was very generous. Very generous. And it was really wonderful the way that they, waited till they're all suffering and then killed them. Awesome how they did stuff back then. The Anunnaki, huh? And I think we have talked about that. I know we've talked about. But as a matter of fact, yeah. So so we looked up the dates and the date on these carvings with they show like people lined up getting circumcised. I probably won't be able to find it that quick, but yeah, Egyptian tomb carving may be the earliest depiction. Yeah, these are the ones that we looked at. There they are right there. And these predate Moses. This is before Moses. This here is just they've clarified this right here. This is the tomb carving. Yes. But there's also other ones, as you can see. And yeah, this is 2600 BC. All right. Now look at when Moses was born. Because I thought one time I thought, you know what? Wait a minute. How come they didn't have to ask? You would think God would have better things to write about than foreskins. I think so too. The gods had no foreskins, and the priests want to be like them. Oh, really? Nowadays, they use that material in makeup and lotions and lots of different medications. Yep. It's always a good idea to research the product you use. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just like that, introduction to the Bible trailer. Obsessed with foreskins. Just use it as a hair scrunchie. Yeah, and you know what else? They use they make a lot of products called serum. All right, like snail serum. You guys know what serum is? I do because I worked in a lab in a doctor's office for 20 years. I know all about serum. Any kind of serum actually comes from blood. It's the byproduct of blood. And in fact, so we used to draw tubes of blood. We'd draw tubes of blood and we'd sit them on the counter, use whatever, and at the end of the day, they would separate. All right, the tubes would separate, and the serum would go to the top, which is called the plasma, and the red blood cells would go to the bottom. Or you could put it in a centrifuge and spin it really fast, and it would actually compress the red blood cells down. You'd have a lot of serum. All right. So the serum is actually part of the blood. And so here, plasma. Anyway, it's a byproduct. So yeah, so like if we just sat, oh here, I don't even have the camera. So like when I drew a tube of blood from somebody, and you know, actually, so there would be different types of vials too. These purple top, this has got the anticoagulant in it. So this one never clots. You draw the blood and you tip it back and forth like that, and you get the anticoagulant. So this one will never clot, the purple top. But if you have a red top like this, it will clot, a red top. So you draw a red top like that. And so anyway, you take the blood that you need out of it. But then after, when you set it on the counter, because we didn't throw anything out to the end of the day. So we would leave the blood on the counter and just sitting there, here, I'll show you, just sitting there, you would have the plasma go to the top like that. And then your white blood cells and platelets are there. And then the red blood cells at the bottom. And then if you put them in a centrifuge and spun it really fast, then all the red blood cells get compact to the bottom. Look at all that serum, all that plasma. Serum plasma, okay? Serum plasma. So when you buy products that say serum, ruh-roh, you know where serum comes from now. Serum. Yeah, I'd be real careful with that. Face serum. Yeah, rub it all over your face. What's serum? I don't know, but it's supposed to make my face feel good. Oh, serum. Ooh, hyaluronic acid serum. Sounds like something you'd put in a tractor. Yeah, super serum. Row. Bye-bye, serum. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'd stay away from that serum, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, right on, Ray. I do. Wow, Grace, that must be why I never kiss a girl with makeup on. That's right. Yep, makeup bad. Serum is also the watery stuff inside blister. Yes, as a matter of fact, so I don't want to get gross, but yeah. So when you have a watery blister, that's serum inside that. When you pop the blister and it's like water, that's serum. And you'll also get serum when you like if you have a sore and it bleeds, and then after a little bit it feels like water's coming out of it. That's serum too. It's coming to the top. Yeah. Well, I already knew about the bat crap and fish scales, and weenie skin, I knew not. Yeah. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, they made a big deal out of that too. Like Kardashians, they were making face products out of their placentas and stuff. But yeah, so here, you know, anyway, going back thousands of years. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's just like, you know, the Kardashians are always going to push Right here. Several beauty products contain baby foreskin cells, urine. Oh my goodness, look what it came up. It said Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett had a penis facial. That's not it's not that strange, it said. What products have that? And you notice Hollywood always pushes at the celebrities. The Skin Medica cream, beloved by Oprah, for example, contains human fibroblast conditioned media, which are essentially stem cells that have been grown in a lab, but which companies say are cultivated originally from the stem cells of a single baby foreskin 20 years ago. So they're trying to make it seem, and they do the same thing with the Pokey Pokes, trying to say like, oh, it was just one person a long time ago, and we just keep replicating it. You know, I don't know. Just think about it, though. It's somebody else's DNA. The benefits of human foreskin cream. See, this has been going on for thousands of years. You know, thousands of years. Then this, what? Nothing new under the sun. You could say something. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. As a former biology major, yeah, right. So you guys aren't going to rush out and buy these products? No? Yeah. No, I did work in a lab, and I did work microbiology. I did look in a microscope all day, and I did all that stuff. And I'm telling you, there's some nasty stuff. You don't keep making coffee. Yeah, I know that exactly, Galax. That's why I said they want you to think that they're just recycling something. You can't do that. Listen, if they could do that, they would clone somebody, and they haven't cloned anybody. Trying to say they cloned sheep and, Barbra Streisand's dog. Even Barbra Streisand said her dogs don't even look alike. Well, how could you? I think it was her. Was it her? I think it was. Yeah. You know what? Here's a Halloween story. Rich people wouldn't die. Yeah, right. You're right, Galax. They would have eternal life, wouldn't they? And not in a New Testament kind of way. So I'll tell you a Halloween story. Not really a Halloween story, but I'll tell you something. Since tomorrow's Halloween, I was listening to this guy who was doing a live stream. And anyway, I used to get his DVDs back, I don't know, 15 years ago. But anyway, it's kind of a big YouTube. Well, he's got movies and got all kinds of stuff now. And he kind of does, he's kind of like a celebrity. He does tours and whatever for related to celebrity deaths. Anyway. So he's, but anyway, he said he was in Chicago. I think it was Chicago in 1990, I think, but it was a long time ago. And for Halloween, Eddie Munster, remember Eddie Munster? His name was Butch Patrick, was his stage name, but I think his real name was Patrick Lilly or something like that. Like he had the word Lily. I think his last name, real name was Lily, which I thought was weird because the mom's name was Lily. Anyway, but Butch Patrick, whose real name I think is Patrick Lilly, but I don't know. But anyway, so at this time, he's not a little kid anymore. In 1990, he's probably in his 40s, you know what I mean? So he's making tours like a little Eddie Munster's in his 40s. He's making rounds, like doing whatever he can, booking little venues to show up. And he said, this guy said that he heard that Eddie Munster was going to be at this place, this playhouse or whatever, and make an appearance or whatever. And he said he showed up, and there he was. He was, in his 40s, and anyway, he said that he put, you know how Eddie Munster had those pointed ears? Well, he said that the 40-year-old Eddie Munster like had these really cheap plastic pointed ears, and they kept falling off, and it really didn't look too good, and he didn't look like he's in the best, doing the best. You know what I mean? So anyway, after that, after the show, Eddie Munster went into a cab, and there's some kind of argument, and he ended up getting arrested for robbing the guy of his wallet. He took the cab driver's wallet, and anyway, that night, it was like the night that the guy saw him, he got arrested. Eddie Munster got arrested for stealing the cab driver's wallet. I think it had like $140 in it or something. Can't remember. Not much. But anyway, I guess he said it was a disagreement over something. But anyway, I just saw Eddie Munster recently. He's pretty old now. And as a matter of fact, you know how I know about him recently is because he was just as a witness in a murder trial, because Eddie Munster's friend, Butch Patrick's friends in real life. This was not that long ago. Eddie Munster's friends, like, I don't know, are shady or something. But anyway, a woman that Eddie Munster knows in real life shot her husband in the back of the head or something for insurance money, made it look like a robbery or something. Anyway, she's pointing the finger at Eddie Munster and 3 other guys. So Eddie Munster just testified that he wasn't involved or something like that. But anyway, just like, why is it these child actors just don't have a very good ending? You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, there you go. There's my Eddie Munster Halloween story. Yeah, it was Halloween, and I think it was like 1990 or something. It was a long time ago. I wonder if those Hollywood type messed with him. Yeah. I'm thinking too, Galax, because these people are messed in the head. And you know what? The casting couch is not really for the young ladies. The casting couch was for the children. I mean, so yeah, he's old and he's kind of messed up. Poor guy. They always have a bad. You know what? It's like the Little Rascals. Oh my goodness, did they all have a bad ending? Every one of them. Just like Froggy. Froggy. Remember Froggy? He didn't live very long. He was a young kid, and I think he was on a paper route or something, and he got hit by a car, killed, delivering newspapers with a friend of his. And then Alfalfa, that kid, he had a horrible life. He was in a lot of trouble, and he ended up getting shot. Actually, he was in a few bad incidents, but the last one he got shot and killed by somebody he knew in their kitchen. Anyway, they just all seem to come to a bad end. But yeah, I don't know. Hollywood is so dark and just wicked. I mean, like, the more you look into it, ugh. Like, sorry I did. But at least you know what it's about, man. So anyway, well, I'll wrap it up. Yeah, and poor kids. All right, well, I'll say good night. And, yep, I don't know how much snow I'm going to wake up till tomorrow. I think I'll wait till the morning to shovel. I'm just going to shovel my sidewalk. I think I have to go somewhere tomorrow. I might have to go to the store. See, I've been putting it off, and now look at, now we're snowed in. Now we're not snowed in. I'll go right over this with 4-wheel drive. But yeah, I'll shovel my sidewalk and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see what we have in the morning. Well, good night to you too, Alex. Good to see you tonight. Good night to Grace, Galax, Grace, Ray of Sunshine, D, John, and Keto Cheeto. And of course, anybody else that came in. Thanks for coming in. Yes. Galax said good night, Kathy. Gang. Good night to you too, Galax. Good night, Grace. Love you too. You too, Ray of Sunshine. You have a good night too. All right. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for watching on the replay. And anyway, I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope you have an awesome Tuesday. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Anyway, peace, shalom, rock on, good night, and ciao.